Hey, I'm Callie Reed with Roeing with the Reeds.
And I'm Danny Reed with Roeing with the Reeds, and this is how LuLaRoE has blessed our family.
The difference is in that our way of life has completely changed over the last almost 3 years because of the blessing that LuLaRoE has been to our family. It's the difference in us being able to drive all over our state to get therapy and groundbreaking medical help for our kids that have special needs. Our daughter Chapel, we adopted her at the very beginning of our LuLaRoE journey, and after we got her home from China, we discovered that she was actually profoundly deaf, which we didn't know. And at first she was not a candidate for a cochlear implant, but thanks to the financial resources we had available after starting our LuLaRoE journey, we were able to drive her wherever we needed to, and we were connected with a surgeon who did a groundbreaking cochlear implant surgery that she wasn't actually a candidate for. It's a different approach, and they had to go in a different way because of malformations in her nerves. She was the first child to have this method of surgery done, and so that's a pretty big difference for our family and a huge difference in her life because we were able to get her to medical professionals who could help her hear for the very first time.
To do something with our living room carpet before we leave.
Are so grateful to LuLaRoE because we have been able to get therapy for our kids with special needs that is really making a difference in their lives. We have the resources now that we didn't have before to get them to the people that we need to get them to get that help. We have our daughter that received the cochlear implant. Her surgery actually made the medical journals, and we have been able to get her therapy that is helping her now learn to mimic sound, which this is huge. And another one of our children is able to get speech therapy that we have to drive a distance to get, but it is such a good therapy for her. Our family is a large family. We have 9 kids, and for us, LuLaRoE has been the difference in our kids learning all about work ethic and perseverance.
I think one of the things that LuLaRoE has been a way that it has blessed our family is teaching also our children good work ethic, and the way they've been involved. They've gotten to be involved in some live sales as well as shipping and invoicing and things, and they've learned, you know, if they come alongside and get to do some of the things that they can do, then if they say, hey, we want to take a mission trip and go to Peru, they can, and they did. And there's things that they want that they'd like to purchase that are bigger than the average, and you know what, they can put a little bit of effort and come alongside the family and be involved as well.
The tools that we have been given as retailers to ensure that our businesses succeed, I'm not sure that we could actually have any better tools out there. I think there are resources available for people that want to knock it out of the park, and for those who are just wanting to add a little bit to their income. And I feel like there is help available for any level that a person would like to go for. For instance, in our family, for that first year and a half, we were able to really push, and actually we cruise qualified, and that was such a huge blessing for us. We had never in 16 years of marriage before that year, been able to get away for even 2 consecutive nights. And so we were so blessed to be able to go on that cruise, and man, we came home to our 8 kids at that time, so refreshed. And then this last year has held a whole different level of needs for our family. We added a baby, and we are a blended family of adopted and biological kids, and we have had a different level of demands and need for healing in some of our children in our home. And this business has allowed us the opportunity to step back and really focus where we need to. The last 8 months specifically, we have probably walked through some of our most challenging days as a family. And we are so grateful that we have the tools to keep our business going at the pace that we've been able to actually cover therapies that our kids have needed. I don't know what we would have done without that. And I feel like the tools are there as we are able to now begin to rebuild and put more time back into that. As a stay-at-home mom of 16 years now, pushing 17 years, all through the years, I would do different things to add money to our income. I sewed, I made candles, I made jewelry. I did all kinds of things to attempt to help us financially, and as we walk through the adoption processes, to be able to try to cover that. And gosh, I wish I would have had something like LuLaRoE back in all of those days, because I feel certain that retailers can be set up for success in this business. If this is their desire, if they have a love for fashion and fun, everything that you need is really there to make your business a success if that's your desire. We had been driving an old 95 Dodge retired church van, and after being a retailer for almost 2 years, we were able to actually, for the first time in our married lives, step onto a lot and get a dependable vehicle that helped us get to all of these medical appointments all over our state. Our family lives in a 120-year-old plantation house, which my husband grew up in, and we have been doing a DIY project there's not a square inch of this house that we haven't worked on. Before LuLaRoE, we were, moving at a very slow pace financially, and we have been able to actually redo most of the house now.
Also thankful to part of the blessing of LuLaRoE is also being able to take large trips, like a 2-week around the country out west actually trip. Things we would not have been able to do otherwise. They've been a blessing.
Ready.
How you liking now?
He might change his mind.
Swim hard, Josiah. One of the things that's really neat is LuLaRoe has really given us the tools to see so many of our dreams come true. One of those dreams is that we're a pastor family. Danny had been a bivocational pastor, and we wanted to transition to him being able to do full-time pastor, full-time ministry, and so that was just really cool how that worked out.
Yeah, we had set a plan that within about a year, we'd set a deadline for about a year away where we'd be able to invest full time in the ministry and be able to grow that by putting more time. And thanks to LuLaRoe, we actually, 4 to 5 months down the road, we actually stepped away from my other job and went full time into ministry and have seen the community reached and seen a lot of great things happen as a result that we were not able to see before nor able to be a part of because we could not invest as much time as we can now.
As a family with 9 children and children in our home that have varying needs, and as a family that really has to be super hands-on with our kids and all the things that they're walking through, I feel like we have a unique perspective in that this business can work for anyone who's willing to put in the work, and it can work at any level that a person is able to want to see a return. And if that's just a little bit, and if our family needs more in that season, then that's okay. And that's the season we've been in. And if it's go get it all the way, then that works as well too. I think everything that we need, we couldn't have asked for more help as far as LuLaRoe is concerned with putting the right things in our hands to be a success. But overall, we are just called to a restoration work. We, like I said about our house, from the boards in our house, the floorboards, to every member of our family that God has brought into our family, to our community, we're called to a restoration work, and LuLaRoe is helping us make so many of those dreams come true.
Yeah, LuLaRoe, while it is not the only thing that we lean on for our complete support, there's enough work in there, but also enough flexibility that you can grow at a healthy and a sustainable place. And it has been something that we've dreamed about doing a lot of things for a lot of years, and just could not step over that curve or step over that hump to be able to financially feasible, able to step into the area of those dreams. And we're excited because LuLaRoe provided that flexibility and the income for us to see so many of the things we dreamed about for so many years actually come to fruition, and to be not just dreams but to be reality and see redemptive work taking place. And so we cannot say anything negative. We can't say anything but the best. Absolutely 2 thumbs up for LuLaRoe. Their integrity, their offering of services and helps and training, and the ability to bring a much greater income, to be able to do much greater things, even while keeping a family growing and healthy and together. Thank you so much. We're excited to be a part of LuLaRoe.
Yes.